Chris and Amit, thank you for joining me today. I'm looking forward to discussing our joint case study. Before we jump into it, let's just start with introductions. My name is Brad Casemore. I'm the SVP of Client Experience here at Nuvolo. For those that don't know, Nuvolo is an integrated workplace management company, also known as an IWMS, that helps organizations like ESFM connect business units within the organization in order to eliminate siloed solutions, which results in increased collaboration and data sharing across the business. Chris, let's go to you next.
My name is Chris Lilly. I'm SVP of Technology for ESFM. ESFM is a self-performed, fully integrated facilities management company that is part of the Compass Group portfolio in the United States.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amit Deshpande. I'm a manager in Deloitte Consulting, and I've been managing the implementation of Nuvolo at ESFM.
All right, so our topics today for our discussion are going to be around how simplifying and aligning tools allows better operations across the business and the importance of data and how bringing everything into one platform helps the customer. So I've got a couple of questions and let's go ahead and let's dig into it. Chris, I want to start with you. What was ESFM's original vision and how did this all come about? And what challenges were you trying to solve from a business standpoint?
So thanks, Brad. ESFM is a very fast-growing IFM company right now, and we saw where we were heading. And the state we were in is we had a very rich portfolio of solutions that would do support in processes individually. And we were looking for, in order to support growth, meet our client requirements, and drive both adaptability and scale, we were looking for a solution that would be fully integrated so that we could support all of our processes that our operators do in their units in a single platform. That way, when we go to perform analytics and reporting for our clients, it's smooth and seamless. And anytime we want to add or adapt our services, they're very specific at the client location, and it just makes it smooth that way. So we're looking for that single, fully integrated solution that would simplify the life of the operator and provide direct value for our clients to keep it simple.
Thanks, Chris. So let me ask you this. Why did you choose Nuvolo?
Because Nuvolo was a great fit for several reasons. One, it was a very robust hard services support platform to do all of our asset and space management. It was very robust. We were already using Nuvolo in one of our partner sectors, and they had great experiences with it. But what I really liked about Nuvolo was beyond the basics of the hard services support, we were after supporting all of our services model, so both hard and soft services, and we wanted the ability to extend and provide value to our clients. So what the attraction to Nuvolo was built on the ServiceNow platform. It was very pliable with low code, no code kind of solutioning, and it allowed us to take our vision and build it very quickly. One thing to mention is that we started the development process in November of 2021, and we went into our first production site in April of 2022. And we did a lot of modification of the platform to meet our specific client requirements. So Nuvolo was a great partner. We knew they would be a great partner. We knew that they had the core capabilities that we needed. And then we knew that anything that we needed to extend or adapt built on the ServiceNow platform, we could reach into the ServiceNow portfolio, or we could do some configuration or low code solutioning.
Yeah, Chris, I remember our conversations a month ago and a year ago, and this is all a vision, right? And to be where we are today is really cool to see. So with that, let's talk a little bit about the execution, right? And kind of how things went. So I know when we started the engagement, we came in with one approach, and once we got into it, realized that we needed to modify this. And I think one of the benefits of partnering with Nuvolo is our vast partner ecosystem, and our ability to work with our partners to understand their needs and to tailor a delivery experience that meets the client needs. So after our discussions, I know we kind of made the decision that we were going to bring in Deloitte to help with the implementation. Based on the needs of ESFM. Can you share a little bit about your perspectives on this and how that's gone?
Yeah, so ESFM is a managed service provider. We're providing operational support for our customers, that's also our scope of services is very broad. So it's hard services, soft services, janitorial. The scope of our services are very broad. But one thing that's consistent is that at each client location, they need a unique experience, and we needed to be able to adapt what processes we support and what SOPs we're using to that specific client location. So we recognized early that the approach we were taking was probably not going to help us achieve that objective. So we wanted to pivot. And what I really liked about Nuvolo, and specifically you, Brad, is we reached out to you within 2 weeks and said, I think we needed to pivot. And we were able to bring on Amit, who's been fantastic, with a new approach that was very client centric and that supported our vision. So we did pivot and we did take a different approach, but the whole thing was seamless, quick, and it was painless. And we were able to deliver a solution very quickly that our clients value and that our operators really appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you, Chris, first of all, for the nice words. I came in about, I would say exactly almost a year back, but that's when I engaged with ESFM. And one of the things I heard first was, listen, right? Listen to the operators, listen to what they have to say. And that's how we had structured our work, the workshops. That's how we had structured the discussions. The point was to have conversations with them. The point was to understand what's important from a business perspective, from an operations perspective, from a client perspective, and then the solution actually comes into the picture. So it was fantastic. It was a wonderful discussion that we had with the operators. We had a couple of workshops with them. The next step obviously was to take all those discussions and then kind of like start implementing a solution, right? So we initially had sort of an agile approach to the solution, but we quickly realized that there are many different aspects to this, right? So we cannot really have a one size fits all. So what we tried to do was go more for a Kanban style approach for this implementation. We had a couple of different tracks. It was about managing resource properly, making sure that whatever we implement, whatever we develop was followed up with ESFM. And one great thing that we did was once we had these functionalities up and running, the key was to again circle back with the operators, trying to make sure that what we have done so far, does that really align with their expectations? Does that really align with what they wanted to see in the first place? Does that align with what the client wants to see in the marketplace? So all of those things needed to happen, and that's why I think we went with the Kanban approach, and that has worked out really well for us. We've had a wonderful working relationship with the ESFM team. Um, we have a wonderful working relationship with all the parties involved. So I think it has worked out well from that perspective. That's what I think.
I agree. We had a for the operator by the operator kind of mantra that resonated throughout the project. Our operators know what our clients want. Our operators want to be on the floor, not in their office, and they want to be supporting our clients. So what we did was every process that we needed to support, and it started with workshops. We had workshops both for hard services and soft services. We throw all our ideas out to them and let them reshape them so that they would add direct value both to their operations and to our clients that they're supporting. And then it extended by creating this SME team that every time we were building new functionality, we would run it by them and say, is this good enough? Can it be better? And we got a lot of feedback that would continually shape what we delivered. And we were relentless. And Amit was very patient because if we didn't think a process was good enough or support was good enough, we would go and refine it. And we would refine it whether it was through the Nuvolo kind of modifications or if it was using ServiceNow to fill in gaps. We were just relentless about it, and our operators kind of drove the process because they know what our clients want. They know they're the feet on the street. They live and breathe it every day, and if we can make their life better, we make our customers' lives better through extension. And Amit's process was very, very good in supporting those initiatives.
I think the incredible focus to detail, right, and really the focus on the experiences, been phenomenal to watch in terms of the partnership, between ESFM and Deloitte, and how you guys have really brought that focus on the experience to life for your customers. So let's talk a little bit about time to value. So I know that getting time to value and getting things stood up, from an MVP standpoint was really important for the implementation. Can you talk a little bit about why this was so critical and provide some examples too that are specific to the implementation for this?
Yeah, well, so earlier I said that we were in a fast growth state, and we are. We have a lot of large customers that we have to support, and they have a lot of custom unique needs, and we needed to be able to provide this platform to them because we have a platform. We had a portfolio of solutions that we could bring into their space, but why bring that legacy technology set when we could bring in this new innovation, this new kind of concept to their space? So as we're deploying new business, and we have a lot of it that we're deploying, we wanted to bring the value immediately. So it was important to us to be able to take the ideas and to take this what we brought into their space so they can get immediate value from it. So the time is, and I mentioned earlier, we started in earnest on the development side in November of 2021, and we went into production in April 1st on our first customer site. And that is no small feat, because if you look at what we did with client segmentation, occupant engagement, integrated risk management, some of the things that we did to extend the solution so it can be full support of entire operation, um, we moved quick, and we were only able to move quick because of the partnership we had with Nuvolo. I met with you, Brad, weekly, and we talked about all the issues that we needed to pivot on and make adjustments to. If we needed to reinforce resources, you brought them in. We met daily, and we, like you said, we were pounding through all of the requirements and the functionality that we needed to support our customers, and we were able to get to an MVP state in just a matter of a few months. So it was very impressive, and our customers, they love it. So they love the experience, they love what we brought to the table, and it's been a real win-win for everybody.
I just want to say the other key aspect to this entire project was user experience, right? So what Chris just mentioned, occupant engagement, the task boards that we did for the operators, a lot of emphasis was made on that particular aspect, right? So we had to make sure that anything that was done in a way that would make life for the operators easy, and data wholesome, right? So everything that we did, including occupant engagement, having an easy way to create service tickets, having an easy way to assign those tickets to different technicians, all of those aspects had a very important emphasis on user experience. I think that was one of the parts of success, I think, for this project, because we do have a standard experience, and then we have a cutting edge experience, right? So what we did was essentially a cutting edge experience for everyone involved. At least for me, that's what I think. From all the other projects I've done, I believe this was one of the best user experiences we've had implemented in a project.
So to expand on that a little bit, as an example, is on the request management side. The request management side, we wanted our unit directors who make the decisions on when to act on requests. We wanted them to be able to react from the floor. And so when the original solution, we just didn't think was efficient enough for them, and we wanted the experience to be that to treat a request from any other system. If we're integrating with people counting sensors so that we can drive data-driven cleaning initiatives, we can take that and treat that as a request. If a building management system's telling us that there's an alert on an asset, we can treat that as a request. If somebody through our unique occupant engagement solution says we need a consumable refill in one of our spaces, we can treat that as a request. So the requests aren't just standard, a human requesting a change in temperature. It can be another system, it could be a human, it could be any number of things, but regardless of what the request is and where it originates, the unit director has the same exact process and experience, because everything flows through these visual task boards that are easy to drag, drop, and assign. So they can do that from anywhere without having to go into multiple different systems and read multiple alerts from multiple different sources. Everything flows very cleanly into a single interface that they can use from their mobile device, and again, assign or decline and move on. So that was critical. And Amit and the Deloitte team, we went through quite a bit of re-engineering on that, we are iterative engineering, because we had a lot of ideas, and one idea led to another idea, but the one thing that was consistent is what we wanted at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, we wanted our unit director to have the same experience for a request regardless of where it originated. And that took a lot of development on the Nuvolo and the Deloitte side. And we were able to accomplish it. And not only did we accomplish it, it's a very good story, because everybody really likes the simplicity of how we did it. We took complicated ideas and made the experience simple, and that was critical. And we've done that not just with request side, but everywhere we look at the app, we're like, we can make this simpler. just through proper
You
engineering.
know, it's incredible to hear both of you guys talk about all these details, right? That really went into the design and the planning of the solution, and then, Amit, you and your team taking all these details and really making it an incredible experience is just really cool to see, and really great to see how that's all really come to life. So, the next question. So when we started, we were talking about how simplifying and aligning tools, and getting better data were some of the key outcomes. How has the project helped you achieve these goals at ESFMx?
Well, so ESFMx is in, we respond to this to all new client accounts and all new customer deployments. And what's really resonated with our customers is our flexibility. One of the things that we bring is, at ESFM, we believe in a hospitality approach. And that approach and that deep cultural kind of value is extended to our technology. So when we meet to mobilize new business and using ESFMX to do so, our clients are very impressed with our adaptability, because even within a client, they have different types of sites. They'll have manufacturing sites, engineering sites, B&I sites. They'll have different types of locations, and the environment's different, and what's important in that environment's different. And when we bring this ESFMX solution to their space, they're just blown away by our ability to adapt to those specific needs, and it's not one size fits all. We can definitely give them experiences that they value with things such as occupant engagement. We didn't even touch on how we do their client walk auditing solution with them. So when they hear the whole story and the adaptability of the story, they really find a lot of value, and it gives ESFM a lot of credibility in the thought that we brought in, and it supports our hospitality culture.
That's great to hear. Chris or Amit, anything else you guys would have to add to our discussion today?
I mean, just a tipping of the hat to the partnership. I would really like to tip the hat, because this couldn't have been, ESFM couldn't have done this on their own. We're very proud of what we've accomplished, and we couldn't have done it without your partnership, Brad. You've been a partner every step of the way, and you've helped us every time we have a concern. You're right there to have a solution for us. And likewise with Deloitte, with Amit and Brett, your groups have just really you've taken that same approach that we take with that hospitality. You make sure you are committed to our success, and you helped us be successful. So I would say the partnership is something I just want to reinforce. And once you engage with Nuvolo, they will find the right partner to make sure that whatever your goals are, they'll be successful.
Yeah, I would just echo what Chris just said. It has been an excellent partnership with the ESFM team and with Novolo both. ESFM team has always been ready to kind of like provide their inputs, give us feedback as soon as we've asked them. So it has been absolutely no lag there. And so a similar case with Novolo as well. So it has been overall a very successful partnership all the way around.
Thank you both. Yeah, the client experience is something that is, very, very important to Novolo, because you can go a lot of places to buy products these days, but it's really, the client experience that'll be, one of the things that sets apart. And, we're very, very thankful for our partnership. And I know this is still just the start of our partnership. And I look forward to really the continued partnership and seeing what the future holds. Amit and Chris, I want to thank you both for your time today. And thank you both for participating in this discussion.